Hang on one sec. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome. So happy to have you here with me today. And I want to check just to make sure that I am actually live in Facebook. Multiple streams of income. Can my team give me a quick thumbs up just to confirm? I'll be looking at my text messages just to make sure. Hello to everyone on Zoom. Hello to everybody in the Facebook group. So, all right, just making sure we are good to go with the technology here, guys. And all right, give me 1 second here. I'm going to confirm myself because I'm not hearing from my team. Hey team, can anybody confirm that I am live in the Zoom in the Facebook group? All right, so we are checking to make sure that we've got all the tech going, and let's see. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and start. Fingers crossed that the tech gods are going to cooperate this evening. Hello, everybody, and welcome. So happy to have you all here with me. Thank you so very much for taking time out of your busy schedules. I know how busy and crazy life can be. And my promise to you is that I'm going to make it worth your time. I promise. I seriously have never done a 3-day event that is so chock full of content and actionable strategies as what you're going to get over the next 3 days. So really could not be more excited about that. And still waiting to get confirmation that we are actually live. So hoping that you guys are, oh, we've got lots of people in the Zoom room. Awesome. Okay. All right. It looks like we are live and ready to go. We got lots of people. Hey, everybody. I can see your faces. All right. So good to see you. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and jump in. I think we've got everything going. So again, you are here for my all new 3-day masterclass. And the name of it, as you know, is Sales Funnel Secrets for Health Pros. Create passive and leverage offers now. And we're going to be starting here in just a moment. I do want to make sure before we dig into the content, I want to make sure that you got your downloads. Okay, so there were 3 handouts for today, 3 very detailed PDFs that came with today's training. So just want to make sure that you got those. And I'm going to list these in the order that we're going to review them. Number 1 is the profit pyramid. And those of you that have been with me for a while, you may be familiar with the profit pyramid. We're going to do an overview, a really quick overview of the profit pyramid. And then we're going to segue into some brand new content, including the 7-step revenue roadmap. All right. And this is a specific roadmap that is designed to help you to achieve multiple streams of revenue. Okay, so we're going to go into some detail on that. And another brand new piece of content, and that is examples of strategic sales funnels from first experience to paying client. And those are all pinned in the Facebook group. And we also have links in the chat. So hopefully you can grab those and reference. So let me just cover really quick what each of the days, what we're going to cover this week, because we have, like I said, so much juicy content. So today is day 1, and today is about designing your profit pyramid level. So we're going to do a quick review, the strategic funnel from first experience to paying client, and my 7-step revenue roadmap. Day 2 is all about, we're going to look at what I call the course matrix for creating your programs. So we're actually going to roll up our sleeves, get our hands dirty, as they say, and make some decisions around what would be what you want to put in your course, what you want to bundle together to make an incredible, irresistible offer. We're also going to talk about pivotal considerations for course design and structure. So really my goal for tomorrow is to kind of dig into those details so that you have more clarity in terms of exactly what that course, right? That program, course, whatever it is you decide is your next step. And I'm going to help you with that today. Whatever you decide is next, we're going to make some preliminary decisions. Okay. Day 3 is all about funnel deal breakers, critical must-dos for successful launches, because guys, at the end of the day, we can have the most amazing course, program, funnel, like the most amazing thing in the world. But if no one signs up, that obviously is very disappointing. And I don't want that to happen. So we are going to talk about really, again, we're in the trenches all week, guys. It's going to be incredible. So thank you again for joining me. Quick introduction. I think I know many of you, but for those of you that don't know me, welcome. My name is Lesli Bitel, and I'm a business coach and consultant for RDs, nutritionists, and functional medicine practitioners. And many of you know that I ran my own successful nutrition and coaching practice really for many years. And I also have 13 years of sales and marketing experience as in the pharmaceutical and diagnostic testing arenas. Went back to school, got an MBA in global business. So I share all that with you because I draw from all that experience in order to really follow my passion, which is really clear. It is to help you to overcome those challenges associated with the business side of building a profitable practice with multiple streams of revenue. Okay. So that is what I'm here for. Really, my goal is to put an end to all that confusion, that sense of overwhelm in terms of the business and marketing side. I want to make it easy for you so that you can make a great living doing the work that you love to do and really enabling you to serve people and make a big difference in the world. So that is a little bit about me. Why did I put this training together? Let me just share a quick overview in terms of why I chose this particular topic. Basically, if you're a health pro, which I know all of you are here, you are essentially, you're leaving money on the table if you are only doing one-on-one services. Okay. Now, I know that one-on-one is often our bread and butter. Absolutely. I absolutely support, starting it with one-on-one without a doubt. I think it's a great place to start, right? When we open our practice. In this day and age, though, especially in this online space, we've got lots of opportunity to expand. And, I always like to say a healthy business is like a healthy plate, right? You're going to have a variety. You're going to have a variety of services at different price points, because the reality is not everybody you come across. Now, granted, you can't serve everybody out there. You cannot. Okay. But there are people out there that would like to maybe dip their toe into working with you. Perhaps they're just not quite ready to take the plunge in the deep end in the pool, right? They're like, I'm curious, I'm interested, but those are the people that would be really well served in a course, a group program, or some kind of a leveraged offer, right? And the beauty of it is, the thing that I really love is the opportunity for you is huge. I was doing a little research on where online courses are going, in terms of the potential, right? In terms of what people are spending and investing in terms of online courses. And believe it or not, they estimate like over the next 5 or 10 years, it is going to explode. I think the number was like 7 billion, right? Like it's really significant. So, so the growth is there. The opportunity is there. It's definitely not too late. Like I hear that question a lot. Well, it seems saturated. Is it too late? It's definitely not. Like it is really just starting. So, so a lot of good opportunities there. And really the beauty is that for any given hour of time that you're spending serving clients, when you have a leveraged offer, such as, you know, a group program, an online course, or whatever it is you choose, the opportunity is there to make exponential impact and income in that given hour, because you're moving from serving one-to-one, right, in that, you know, singular session model, to what we call the one-to-many model. Okay. And that enables you to just, you know, you're able to serve more people. And albeit there's paying a lower price point, we're going to get into pricing in a lot more detail today. The idea is that, you know, you're compensating with volume. So you've got like more volume of people per any given hour. And that enables you to make a bigger impact and more revenue. Okay, so I get really excited. There's so many other reasons why this is so critical, not to mention burnout, right? Like raise your hand if you're like, oh my gosh, like it's really hard to just see one-on-one clients day in and day out. Just give me a yes if that's you, because that's what I hear a lot. So that is why I put this together for you, because the opportunity is there. And the biggest thing that I hear is, Lesli, it sounds great, but how do I do it? You know, I want to do it, I'm interested, but I just really don't know what those steps are. So we're going to solve much of that today. All right. Or over the next week. All right. So some of you are going to really take the learning from this week. You're going to tuck it away in the crevices of your minds, right? Like kind of just save it for later, which is fine. Some of you are going to actually implement what you learn, and I hope that's you. And some of you are going to be like, oh my gosh, I am all in. And you are going to be that subset of people that really, you're action taker, right? You're going to be like, I want to take this to the next level. I want to really successfully implement and achieve those multiple streams of revenue in your business. So a little while later, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my all new, completely revamped Lucrative Course Blueprint 2.0. And I couldn't be more excited about what we've put together for you. Lucrative Course Blueprint is a course, a 9-week course that holds your hand through creating the content, like literally doing the content, marketing and selling either your first or your next group program, online course, or membership. And it's back really due to popular demand. It is truly, I'd say it's my most popular course. And again, I completely updated it. I mean, added tons of additional support. It's, now it's actually 6 modules and 3 separate Q&A calls. Okay, so 3 separate Q&A sessions so that you get my support, which is going to allow you to implement. One of those calls is with my tech genius, Rita. So she's going to walk you through any tech questions that you have. It includes 7 bonus workshops. Like I said, 3 monthly 90-minute group coaching calls with me, and lots of tech support. So anyway, more on that later. What I want to do now, let's jump into the content. What I'd like to do, I'm going to attempt to do I'm going to do a screen share here. Hang with me just for a second, guys. Let's see. Okay. All right. Okay, guys. So we're going to look through the first handout, which is the profit pyramid. Okay. So the profit pyramid. So just to be clear, the first, I guess it would be the second page officially. So this is blank. And this is for you. This will be part of your homework. you're going to go back. If you haven't done this exercise with me yet, I'm going to recommend that you circle back, preferably this evening, maybe tomorrow morning, depending on your time zone. It might be kind of late for you to do this tonight, but hopefully before tomorrow's session. And you're going to spend a little time filling this in. And we're going to talk about that. So this page 2 is for you to fill in. We're going to look at page 3 so that you understand what the heck this is. And again, I know some of you are familiar with this model. A review can never hurt. And again, like I said, we're gonna be jumping into some additional content really, really quickly. All right, so let's start by looking at this profit pyramid. Now, this is what I found to be a super helpful model for you to essentially plan your business. It's a business planning tool. And what I love about it is you can spend some time, like I said, this evening or tomorrow, filling in what your intentions are. Like what would it look like? What are these different levels of services that you want to release in your business? To be clear, you cannot do this all at one time. Okay, so please promise me that you're going to take a deep breath. You're not going to get overwhelmed. You have to do things one step at a time. Okay. You just can't do it otherwise. It'll be too much. So I'm going to walk you through this every step of the way. All right. So that all being said, let's talk about these different levels. And I think this will help you to kind of draft your own plan. Basically, I think the way you can look at this is when you fill in these different levels, this can be kind of like almost like a 2-year plan, right? Like you can decide which ones you're going to launch first, and I'll help you make some of those decisions too. All right, with that little bit of background, let's talk about the different levels. So at the bottom, level E, let's start from the bottom and we'll work our way up. So level E is your free content, right? It's all your free stuff. Like, you might have ebooks, you might have different worksheets, checklists, recorded lessons. That's another really popular one. It's essentially all the ways that you get in front of your target audience and offer them a free taste of what you're all about, right? It's essentially you offering them a free taste of, what they're getting an inkling as to what it feels like to work with you. They just get to, honestly, it's to know, like, and trust, right? Now, the thing I want to share about free is the higher the price point of your paid program, the more imperative it becomes to offer very high quality free stuff. Okay. So if you are focused on level A, which if you look at level A, it's basically one-on-one. This is your high-end program or package. And I'm actually, kind of operating on the assumption here that most of you are working within the program and package model, right? So it wouldn't necessarily be a one-off session. Really, level A is more about a comprehensive program, right? That your client signs up for. It's very comprehensive. It includes a lot of different elements, all designed to help get your client from point A, which is struggling, right, to point B, which is their desired result and outcome. Okay, so you might have a private one-on-one program. Maybe it's 3 months long. I would say a 90-day program is really common. And really, depending on your expertise and all the different elements that you're adding to your program, you could have, X number of one-on-one sessions. You could even throw in like a mastermind or some kind of a group element for an additional touch point. It might include like a library of different kinds of resources, right? There's so many things that you could include. It might include like meal planning if you work with clients like in a nutrition type of capacity, right? Maybe it includes a Pinterest board with some recipe ideas. Maybe if you do testing, like functional testing, perhaps your level A, maybe you're including a couple of functional tests. Maybe you're including, the first month's worth of supplements into a level A program. So do you guys see how it's very comprehensive? It's not a one and done. It's not really a la carte. It's your highest level program. So, so again, kind of looking at level E and A, that's generally where people start. Okay. Generally speaking, we start with a higher end, guys, because it takes one person to say yes to your high end program and you get to deliver the service, right? And you're making a nice impact in terms of your financial needs at level A, right? All right. So what I was saying before is really the higher you are working in the profit pyramid, I would say the more imperative free becomes in terms of quality. So you really want to be cognizant of that. You guys, the thing I want to share, you always want to provide a ton of value in your free content. I think a big mistake that some people make is they're like really so nervous that, if I give them, really good stuff for free, they're not going to want to work with me. Right. And, I suppose there is somewhat of a risk, but on the other hand, if you don't give high quality stuff, it probably is not going to work out well, right? Because people will be like, what? Like, so the best case scenario is when you deliver your free content. This is really what you want. You want that person to say, oh my gosh, if she's delivering this for free, I can't even imagine what her paid stuff looks like, right? That's really what you want. So you want to give them a taste. You want to develop the trust. And so that's where we do it is level E. All right. So let's move up the profit pyramid. So I want you guys to be thinking, if you don't have any kind of free content, I want you to be thinking about what that would look like for you, because that would be a really great step. This is where we build our email list, right? This is where we can do talks, podcasts, and then we invite them into a free step, such as, opting in for a free gift, like a PDF or some kind of a download. All right. All right. So next level up is D, and D would be typically like a home study product, I would say. These aren't hard and fast rules, but I would just say in general, level D is like, maybe you decide to do like a 90 or maybe like a 90-minute or even a 2-hour kind of pre-recorded workshop with a workbook, right? That would be amazing. Maybe you decide to do maybe like 3 shorter modules and an audio recording that goes with it or something like that, right? Where they can download and listen to it on the go. I am a fan of offering some written materials as well. I do find that in general, you do want to try to cater to a variety of different learning preferences, right? So audio, some people really learn best through hearing. Some people are very visual. Some people learn best with a combination. So be cognizant of that. So again, a home study product could look like a lot of different things, but I would just say a good example would be like a 90-minute deep dive, solving a problem. You cannot solve everything in 90 minutes. You're just taking one kind of snippet and trying to solve one problem, right? And you want to make it a really significant problem that you're trying to solve in this case, something that people really want. And guys, just be cognizant that sometimes we know what they need, right? We know they need the full program to achieve that full transformation. That being said, you can't do that in a $47 to $147 product, right? It's just not possible. So you're picking a topic that you know they want. They're laying in bed going, oh my gosh, if only I could solve this, I would be happy. That's the kind of topic you want for, especially for this low price, level D. All right. So now we're going to work up. And by the way, guys, we're going to do Q&A as well. So I'm going to make sure to stay on and do a little Q&A towards the end. All right, so now we're going to move up the profit pyramid and we're going to go to level C. Now, level C is generally it's a webinar series, right? It's like a 6 to 10 week webinar type of series. I would say generally speaking, you're looking at $297 to $797. And again, I would just say that's kind of an average. So let's just say hypothetically, you're a dietitian, maybe you work with people on gut health. You're a really great expert in, gut health, the brain gut connection, and how the gut influences optimal health in all areas. Okay, so that's your expertise hypothetically. So you might have some type of webinar series, like maybe you decide to do let's just say you decide to do a 6-week course. Okay, have lots of people doing a 6-week course. And let's just say that you decide to deliver it live the first time, at least maybe the first few times, which I do think is a good idea because you deliver it live. You can kind of work out some of the kinks, right? You can make some adjustments as you go. So let's say it's on, how to, maybe how to overcome leaky gut, right? Something like that. And let's say you are, you're going with the price point of, I would say, like, let's just say hypothetically, you're going to price it at $497 full price, but you're going to give $100 discount for an early bird price, which, by the way, I do recommend. I always recommend that you have some kind of, urgency built in, because I would just say, as a general rule, people tend to be procrastinators. So you want to give them a sense of urgency, and people are very, very motivated with an early bird type of bonus. So let's just say you decide to price your 6-week course on healing leaky gut for $497 full, and you're giving $100 discount if they enroll by X date. Okay. Once that date comes, the price goes up to $497. Okay. Is everybody clear on that? And you're running it live. And let's just say that you're including like a chat. Maybe you decide, like, through Practice Better, you're enabling that chat feature so that people can, have conversations and support each other. And that's a really nice program. You're giving them support in between, they're learning, you're helping them to achieve an endpoint that they desire. Okay. Now, I do have an example. So my client, Martha, recently sold 28 spots into a program just like this. Her price point was $347. Okay, so do the math there. It's a pretty nice payday, right? And it happened to be a 6-week class on PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. So do the math. She made over $9,700 on that particular course with 28 people selling at $347. So not a bad payday, right? That was her first time out of the gate, which is amazing. Then I have my client, Diane, who enrolled 38 people into a 3-month course. Okay. So it's kind of similar. I would put it in the same category as like a 10-week webinar. It's just a little longer, a couple weeks longer. And her price point was $500. So it definitely fits into level C in terms of price point. Okay. So with 38 people, that's like a $16,000 paycheck. Not bad. Again, a first launch. And so I'm just sharing with you how this can work. And by the way, her topic was mastering gut healing, effectively applying the 5R protocol. Okay. So both of these clients would have lost a huge opportunity had they not really had the courage to, step into this space and offer these classes, right? So the thing that I haven't even mentioned yet is that how many people who start working with you at these other levels, actually all the levels, right? B, C, and D especially, end up wanting to move up the funnel. So like if they start at level D, maybe the next step is level C. Maybe they skip C and go right to B. Happens all the time because they get that taste, right? And they're like, oh my gosh, I realize I'm just, I'm just starting. And honestly, guys, I used to experience this when I had my own nutrition business. I used one of the niches. I mean, I was in business for a long time. So I had a couple niches over the years. One was mindful eating, and I had an 8-week workshop. Okay. I used to go out and I would offer an 8-week workshop in a variety of different settings, including corporate settings. It never failed. I would do the 8-week workshop and I always got at least a handful of private clients from it because they realized like, oh my God, like I made such great progress. I'm not done yet. I want more. So that's the beauty. It's not just what you end up accomplishing with the course. It's, oh my goodness, it's the potential. And for the life of however long the client stays with you, right? So really super important. All right. So another thing that I do want to mention just briefly is another option that can go well in this middle section could be a 1 or 2 day intensive kind of training. Okay. That really is possible. It's even possible doing it online, quite honestly, like some kind of a working workshop where, maybe you're meeting, on a Saturday for 5 hours, something like that. It's where people, instead of like splitting it up over a 5 or 6 week period, you're delivering pretty much all the content in a day. And that can work really well too. So I do want to mention that that's a great level C offer as well. Okay, so let's move up the pyramid and let's go to one step up, and this is level B. And guys, I do want to just mention, this is what I call a high ticket signature program in a group format, typically. It really can look like a lot of different things. I have a lot of clients incredibly successful in level B. I would say in general, the more complex your patient or client type is, the more I would recommend that you look at a level B, because a lot of times these super complicated clients, they tend to want some personalization, right? They just do. They want your eyes on what they're doing. They want feedback. And in a low price course experience, sometimes that can, it can be challenging. The price just isn't high enough to warrant a lot of one-on-one feedback, right? So you have to consider that when you're pricing your programs. So a level B is really a beautiful option. So it gives a lot of hand-holding, quite a bit of individual attention for each. So it's basically, it could be done in a group. So I like to call it a hybrid. It could be like some group format, maybe some independent study, right? Like maybe you're going to pre-record some modules and drop them 1 week at a time. Maybe it includes a certain number of group coaching or group Q&A calls. And maybe they get a private coaching call each month with you. Okay. So there's a lot of really super cool things that you can do in level B. The only limitation is your imagination here. Seriously, I've seen some really just amazing results here. And it is higher price, guys. The higher the personalization, the higher the price point. Okay. So this is one step below that one-to-one private program. So generally speaking, this, it's fairly high price. You can kind of see, we're looking at a lot of hand holding. Again, this is an estimate. I would just say $997 to $24.97, somewhere in that ballpark. It really depends on the different features. I would say it really depends on the degree of access you allow people to have in this level B. So the higher the access, the more personalization. I would say the higher the price point in this level particularly. Okay, so lots of amazing opportunity in level B. So I really would urge you to, to take a look at that. So let me give you an example. So maybe what you do is for a high ticket signature group, maybe you've got maybe you put a cap on it. Like maybe you say, okay, it's limited by 8 people only, right? I cut off enrollment at 8 people. That alone drives up the price. Okay. When you cap something, generally that adds exclusivity and urgency, right? And it does drive up the price. So let's say in this example, you've got 8 people and everyone gets individual, turns to get feedback. Maybe you do like hot seat kind of, or round robin, like there's a lot of different ways you could do it, but basically everyone in the group gets individual time and attention from you. You can teach more in depth, you can customize more for the 8 individuals in the group and really adapt your curriculum based on what the group needs most. And maybe, I love this idea, maybe you assign people accountability partners just to add like that, a whole nother element to the group experience. So there's quite a bit of group interaction between the group meetings. There's a real strong sense of community typically in these small groups. And maybe you decide in this case that you want to have a private Facebook group as well. And basically, you're hand-holding people through the experience here, right? Maybe not as much as if they were private clients, but quite a bit. And again, maybe you're even giving a one-on-one session. You could pick, the frequency, right? Maybe I have one client who is doing this, and she decided that she's going to meet with her group twice a month live for Q&A and, some other activities that she has planned. And she is giving each person in the group, I think she decided a 25-minute one-on-one session each month. And so that really, really drives up the value. Okay, guys. So, all right. So what I really want to summarize here, and we already talked about private clients, right? So the price points really vary. I'm not going to spend a ton of time talking about level A because the purpose of today is really to get you thinking, especially about levels B, C, and D. Okay, that's really my goal. I want you to create additional revenue streams. Okay, so what I'd like to do next, oh, and I almost forgot to mention, I have external product sales here. And that's like if you have an account with FullScript, guys, I've seen people really do well, with selling, and I would only do it if it fits really well into your program. But if it does, love FullScript, they're incredible. And the quality is absolutely superb and they can really help clients. And a lot of people do take supplements. So, but there are other things that you can do as well. So these are just like external sales. Some of my clients are involved with a company called Beauty Counter, right? Toxic-free cosmetics and skincare. So that would be another example of where you can pick up some additional revenue. All right, guys, I'm going to do a new screen share. So what we're going to do now is, let me pull this up. All right, guys, we are going to go through the 7-step revenue roadmap. So what I want to do here, so we went through the profit pyramid. Profit pyramid is all about what you're going to offer at what price point. And the idea here is that you're going to have a variety, like hopefully eventually at each level. Okay, that's the idea there. So it's more about what you're going to offer in your practice. Now, the 7-step revenue roadmap is more like how you do it in terms of the different steps that I want you to think through. Okay. So with that being said, step 1 in the revenue roadmap is, again, connect with potential clients. So you want to connect with potential clients. You want to get in front of them. There's, countless ways you can get in front of clients, right? Your target audience. My goodness, there's so many ways. Like you could have your own podcast. You could do speaking events. You could meet potential clients. Maybe you go to, like, let's say you specialize in Crohn's and colitis. Maybe you start doing talks for, the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation, your local chapter. And that's a phenomenal way to get in front of your target audience, right? So bottom line is you get in front of people, you connect with your audience somehow, some way. And I hope you're doing many ways on a regular basis. This is super important. All right, step 2 is you're going to offer them, these new people in your world, an experience. Basically, you're going to invite them to get a taste of your expertise through a really simple, no cost, brief, right, but valuable, maybe a downloadable freebie of some sort, like an ebook, a short video, a quiz. Quizzes can be really super helpful because it helps people to self-select, right? They go, oh my gosh, I do need help, right? Maybe you have a free report, a checklist. Maybe you've got a compilation of recipes that are designed for a specific outcome, right? Really important. So there's a variety of different ways you can do the free taste. Now, this is where things get interesting. Step 3 is you're going to invite, basically we're piling on the value here. And guys, remember, this is the process for igniting interest and getting people excited to enroll in your, your paid program, your paid course, or your group program. Okay, just to be clear. So you can see there's a few free steps quite often, right? So basically you get in front of your audience, like maybe you do a Facebook Live in somebody else's audience, right? And then maybe in that Facebook Live, you say, hey, everybody, I have this awesome ebook that I wrote. And in the ebook, it includes a couple of anti-inflammatory recipes designed to really cool down the inflammation and help with brain fog. Okay, so you offer that free ebook, right? And that's step number 2. And then, so you get, the people opt in, they're like, yay, I love this ebook, it's so great. Then in a launch, you want to invite them into another deeper experience. Now, this is where you're really piling on the value. And it could be similar to what I'm doing, right? So what I'm doing today and this week is a 3-day challenge, chock full of value, right? So it could be something like that. Ironically, I did do a Facebook Live this morning in somebody else's audience who shares my target audience, right? We have the same target audience. So I was invited to do like a little interview in her Facebook group. In that Facebook group, I invited everyone to download a freebie, right? And invited them into this week's Facebook Live series. Okay, so do you see how that works? It really started with me getting in front of my audience in a creative way, okay? All right. So basically step 3 is, maybe you're going to do a 3-day Facebook challenge like I'm doing. Okay. Maybe you're going to do a live webinar. Okay. That's an awesome idea as well. There's lots of different ideas. Maybe you are going to do a live Ask Me Anything session. That's an awesome idea as well, right? Because, people are really, it's very compelling because they can get their questions answered. And during that Q&A session, or during that, webinar, whatever you decide to do, you would invite your person into that next step, which is a paid step. All right. So basically step 4 is you enroll your people, a subset. Not everyone's going to sign up, just like in this group, right? I am confident and I trust that a subset of people listening this week are going to want to take it to the next level. And they're going to want to move to Lucrative Course Blueprint 2.0, right? And it's the same for you, right? So you are going to, in your webinar, you're going to invite people to take that next step, to take a deep dive with you. And that would be, having them enroll either via a sales page. So you might say, okay, here's how you sign up for that next step. And you give them the URL and they go ahead and sign up right from the sales page. Or you might invite them into a consultation and enroll them into that paid program via a consult. Okay. I would say the higher the price point, the more likely you are to do the latter, right? It's kind of hard. It's more challenging to, entice people to enroll in a really high ticket, program via a sales page if it's on the higher price end, right? So my clients have had really good success with inviting people into a consultation and then inviting them into that paid step via the consultation. So I would just say that's like a 2-step enrollment process there. Okay. So hopefully everyone's clear on that. Okay. So then we go to step 5, right? So now you've got your people signed up. Yay, right? You've got your group program. People have signed up, right? And you're super excited. The key is step 5, proactively utilize stick strategies. Guys, here's the reality. People get scared. They just do. They're like, oh my God, what was I thinking, right? And so what you want to do is immediately confirm. You want to let them know what a great decision they've made, right? Congratulate them, confirm their decision, get the process started. So even if it's a course, you want to get them started somehow, some way, or keep them engaged, right? So like, let me give you an example. So let's say I have a course and it's not going to start for a month. Like a month is kind of a long time to wait. So I don't really recommend that, but let's just say that's just how it worked out. Okay. So you get people to sign up, yay, but a whole month before it starts, what I would recommend, I would send them maybe, a welcome gift, a card or something to acknowledge their good decision. And I might even do like a bonus, some kind of a bonus session, a kickoff call or something before the actual course started, just to keep them engaged. Because otherwise, you risk them going, oh my God, it's like, I don't want to wait this long. I don't want to do this, right? So bottom line, be creative and think of, proactively utilize stick strategies is really the bottom line. Then you want to do some white glove service, right? You want to really deliver a killer course or program or experience. And then step 7, and this is where things get really cool. Step 7, they've gone through the course or the group program. There's always a next step. Okay, guys, if you walk away with one thing from today, this is it. There's always a next step. Okay, so you have to think about what is next for this cohort of people in your group program. Okay. So you are going to either upsell into a higher, like maybe your private program, right? Maybe it's a downsell into, so maybe you're doing, like a level B kind of experience. So maybe the next step is maybe a low cost monthly membership, right? Amazing. You're continuing to serve people over time. And that is incredibly important for the health of your business, but also you get the joy of seeing people really nail it long-term with their results. Okay, super important. So, and then a cross sell would be something of equal price, right? So, maybe they sign up for a $497 course on balancing your hormones. And then you've got another 497 course on, managing eczema, just as an example, right? All right. So now the thing that I really want to emphasize here is once you upsell, downsell, or cross sell, move that person to the next step. You see where this arrow goes? It goes back to step 4, right? So you're going to have to re-enroll them into the next thing. You're going to have to use stick strategies again. You're going to have to deliver white glove service again. And then at the end, you're going to upsell, downsell, and cross sell again. Basically, you're going to offer them a next step, whatever you think is best for them. Okay. And then it goes to step 4 again, right? So it just keeps going until, of course, the person is like, okay, I think I'm good. I've got this nailed, right? So it's pretty cool. All right. So I love this process because it really describes how you do it. What are the steps? Okay. We're going to have Q&A here in just a moment, but before we do, I just want to take a quick moment, and I might switch my screen if I can, or not. Let me see. Hey, everybody. All right. So what I want to do is I just want to pause just for like 2 minutes. And I did want to tell you a little bit more about that opportunity. If you are that person that really wants to take everything that you're learning this week, in terms of actually doing the content, making these decisions together, I have a really super exciting opportunity, and that is Lucrative Course Blueprint 2.0. So the question I have for you, this is really the core thing that I want you to consider. If you're ready to learn those proven strategies so you can finally create your own online group course or group program and really put yourself in position to get those revenue streams going and potentially have a big payday, right? Like a really nice big payday all at one time by launching your programs, your groups, your products, whatever level in that profit pyramid you decide to focus on. If that is you, then I really believe very strongly that Lucrative Course Blueprint will be a perfect fit. I am super excited because I updated Lucrative Course Blueprint. It's now version 2.0. It holds your hand through all the steps: creating, marketing, and selling your first or next group program, memberships, or product, right? It could be like that $97 home study, right? Whatever it is, chock full of checklists, absolutely full of like exactly how, like checklists, calendars, samples, instructions, even sample emails. Like seriously, we did not leave a stone uncovered in this class. I'm going to teach you the exact strategies that you need. It's really about action taking. So I want to make this as seamless for you as possible. And that is, even if you have a small list, I should say, because we're going to really spend some time talking about how to grow your audience, with minimal time and effort, right? I really want to make this process as easy as possible for you. So bottom line is this. You are going to pick your level in Lucrative Course Blueprint. You're going to pick your level in that profit pyramid. And you are going to learn exactly how to break your expertise into a course, program, or product. Okay. We're going to actually do it during this 9 weeks. We'll decide together what kind of freebie is going to come in front of your paid offer, whether it's a masterclass. Exactly, we'll decide what the lead-in is going to be for your paid program. So you're going to walk away with those 4 key steps that we just talked about actually executed during the course. And like I said, you're even going to get emails that you can use as templates for your own launches. So basically, I'm just going to run through the module titles real quick, and then we're going to go on to the sample funnels. Okay. Module 1 is all about designing an irresistible game-changing course. So I'm going to teach you how to make certain that you're designing something that people want to buy, right? So I'm going to teach you how to do that. And really, we're going to put our heads together and decide on the content and how everything's laid out, all the inclusions. And module 2 is all about critical metrics plus finding your people without a big list. So this is going to advance your knowledge of the critical keys in launch design to achieve the attendance and the income that you desire. So we're going to price your course and talk about your funnel, like lay it all out so that you actually get buyers. Module 3 is all about task timelines, calendars, promotion, and your tech options demystified. So guys, in this version of Lucrative Course Blueprint, we're going to dig in to a little bit into the tech, right? I don't want that to be a hindrance for you. In one of the Q&A sessions, so remember, it's 9 weeks long, 6 modules, okay, live, all live. So 6 modules, and each month you get a 90-minute Q&A. Pretty cool, huh? One of those Q&As right in the middle is going to be with me and Rita, my tech guru, and she will answer any of your tech concerns or questions, okay? Module 5 is about layout and design for opt-ins, downloads, sales pages, social graphics, plus key sales generating templates. So you are going to learn, you're going to just have lots of options in terms of, you know, your free lead magnet, your webinar. You're going to get scripts for exactly how to run your webinar, how to do the upsell. Module 6 is all about facilitation skills, looking at the post-course metrics. So I really want you to be able to objectively assess your results, right? So I'm going to teach you about how to do that, how to look at metrics, and then we're going to decide what's next, right? So remember, we just talked about step 7 in the revenue roadmap is upsell, downsell, or cross-sell. So in Lucrative Course Blueprint, we're going to decide what that next step is for your audience together. So I'm going to help you make those decisions. Okay. So again, it's a 9-week live course beginning May 17th. You get 6 info pack training sessions with me live, 90 minutes each time, plus 90-minute live coaching calls for a total of 9 weeks. Okay, guys? And one of those calls is an Ask Me Anything Tech Q&A. You also get the recording, so don't worry if you can't make it live. All RDN, LDNs, this is pretty cool, guys, 18 CEUs for LDNs, okay? That's about 25% of your 5-year requirements. And what else? Oh, gosh, there are 7 really killer bonuses, 7 workshops as bonuses, including I've got a brand new workshop from attorney Lisa Fraley, and hers is called What You Need to Know About State Licensure Laws While Creating Your Group Course, brand spanking new, hot off the press. And then we're actually going to have a live workshop with my friend Katya, who is a Instagram queen. And she's going to teach us how to plan 30 days worth of viral client attracting content in 1 hour. And those are just 2 of the 7. So you get 7 bonuses, guys. All right. So what is the investment? It was a tough decision, guys, because this is a jam-packed, I don't think I've ever, yeah, this is really, really full. Okay. So it was a tough decision. The original number that I came up with was actually $18.97. But I was kind of like, I just want to make it easier. I want to make it an easy decision, right? So the final number, and I really want to help you guys. That is really the bottom line. So I decided to reduce that to $12.97. But if you guys know me, I practice what I preach, right? So there is a really killer early bird price. So bottom line is I'm making the investment for this jam-packed, awesome course for $7.97. And that's the early bird price. That is the early bird investment. So here's the deal. You can grab your seat for only $7.97 or 3 monthly installments of $2.97. But you must enroll by midnight, Sunday, May 15th. Okay. I think hopefully it's a no-brainer for you guys. The other thing I just want to mention really quickly is you guys know me by now. I think I'm probably the only person in the entire industry that has a no questions asked money back guarantee. Okay. So you can take the first 2 classes at no risk. If it is not a fit, or if you're, unhappy for any reason, I will give you your money back out of my own pocket. Okay. No hassle. Okay. Nobody does that, guys. So, but I'm really confident that you're going to be super excited and really happy, and you're going to learn a ton. I poured my heart and soul truly into this course, and I really, really, really want to help you. I want you to make multiple streams of revenue, right? That is what we're here for. So I'm going to ask my team to type in the chat the URL. You can go to lucrativecourseblueprint.com. You can read a little bit more about all the amazing inclusions. I mean, we've got like over 40 handouts and templates. It's really crazy. So read through it, see what you think, and save your seat. Okay. Let's be action takers. Let's really make a decision to implement and really make this happen. Let 2022 be your year. And I will say that now is the time. If you want to do a fall launch, truly, that's why I decided to do this course now. If you want to be well poised for a fall launch, then definitely let's make it happen. Now is the time. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to do one more screen share because we still have the sales funnel handout to go through. Okay. So, all right, guys. Now, what is a sales funnel? Honestly, it's an experience that you've been in sales funnels and you don't even realize it. Do you remember the days when we used to cut coupons? I might be, dating myself, but I remember, as a little kid watching my mom clip coupons sometimes. And I always thought, wow, that's so interesting, right? That's being part of a sales funnel. Even clipping coupons, right, is a sales funnel. It's an experience that takes you sequentially to that end product, right? So basically, there's a lot of different sales funnels. My goal really is to make this super easy for you. So one example, I just want to mention this, and this is not even on your handout, but a super, super simple sales funnel is simply going from like doing a Facebook Live, just as an example, inviting them into like to download a freebie. Okay. That would be a sales funnel, right? Because now they're on your email list, and you get to develop that all important know, like, and trust over time. So that is an example of a sales funnel. Now we have all kinds of other, I mean, there's really infinite ways that you could do sales funnels. Just remember, I don't want this to be complicated. The goal is for you to develop the all important know, like, and trust before you ask someone to buy. Okay. It's incredibly important. We just like people just, they just are not ready typically to take out their credit card and invest their hard-earned money unless they kind of have a taste of what you're all about, right? So that is really the purpose behind a sales funnel. So basically you can see some of these examples. Many of these lead to a paid program inside of the profit pyramid. Okay. They absolutely can lead to, your private work. But in this particular PDF that I created for you, remember, my goal is to help you build out those middle levels of the profit pyramid. Okay. So for example, you might have, let's just look at the first one. Okay. You might have a free report of some sort. It could be a checklist, a free report. It could be like a little mini ebook, like some kind of a downloadable PDF, right? So let's say your potential client downloads the PDF. Okay. They see you on Instagram, just hypothetically, and they're like, oh, I'm curious, right? They go to your bio. They see the link in your bio for a free download, and they're like, oh, cool. I'm going to click that. I'm going to grab it. And it's your free report or your ebook, right? Then, so they get the ebook. They're like, oh, this is really awesome. I love it, right? Then they get an email or an invitation to your webinar, right? They get an invite to a webinar. So that is the second step in your funnel, okay? They go to the webinar and they're blown away by your content, right? They're like, oh my gosh, this person is amazing. I love what I'm seeing. And in that webinar, you invite your audience to the paid program. Okay. So in the webinar, you say something like, okay, everybody, so go to such and such URL and, save your seat, blah, blah, blah. You basically send them to the sales page. Okay. And then you invite them into a 6-week course for $397. Let's say it's $497 full and $397 early bird. Okay. So that is a beautiful funnel. The thing I want you to notice is, again, before we're inviting someone to the sales page to actually buy, we've given them 2 free steps, right? So remember that revenue roadmap, right? We get in front of the audience. Step 2 is we offer them like kind of a quick freebie, like a free report or something downloadable. And then we pile on more value via the free webinar training. And in that webinar, we do the upsell, which leads them to the opportunity to invest in the next step, right? Which is your paid mid-price online course. So basically all of these options could lead to a paid program. So let's look at maybe one more. Let's say that, okay, let's do something different. Let's go to the third one, the free report. Okay, so again, let's say you do a Facebook Live in somebody else's audience. Okay, so you do a Facebook Live and you get interviewed. Okay, in that interview, you invite that person's people to download a freebie, let's say it's an ebook on how to, cool the inflammation. Okay. So a bunch of people download that free report and they are blown away. They love it. Okay. Then the people that download that free report are automatically invited into a free 2-day Zoom masterclass, kind of like what I'm doing, except you decide to do 2 days, which is fine. Okay. So you decide to do a 2-day event. Then you go into the one-on-one conversation. So instead of having them sign up from the sales page, you instead invite them into a conversation, right? i.e. a discovery call. In that discovery call, you enroll them into your level B program, which is your high ticket group program. Does this make sense to everybody? So I give you several examples in Lucrative Course Blueprint. Guys, we flesh all of this out and I help you to make those decisions. Okay, really important. So, all right, so I want you to read through this. So guys, to be clear, your homework is, if you haven't already done so, fill in your profit pyramid, decide what your different offers, at least preliminarily, decide what those are going to be. And then take a look at this particular PDF and just start to think about where you want to start. Okay. Really what I want you to decide by the end of this week is, where in that profit pyramid do you want to focus? Because in Lucrative Course Blueprint, we're going to build that out with you. Okay. So I want you to make, just start thinking, where do you want to focus? What level? And then look at this particular PDF and just kind of begin to think about what your sales funnel will look like. Do you want to do a free report? Do you want to do an ebook? Do you want that to lead to a 3-day challenge like what I'm doing? Or do you want to keep it really simple? Because guys, you can. Do you perhaps just want to maybe just do like a group Q&A, right? Do a group Q&A, offer some value, invite those people into the next paid step, right? So there's lots of different options. So what I want you to do is just start thinking about the direction that you want to go, okay? And do not forget, guys, go to lucrativecourseblueprint.com. And I really want to encourage you to take that step. You have nothing to lose, everything to gain, right? If you have been dreaming in the sidelines, like, oh my gosh, how I wish I knew how to create those multiple streams of income, now is your chance. I'm going to hold your hand every step of the way in Lucrative Course Blueprint 2.0. You can't beat the investment, guys. Seriously, early bird of $797, unheard of. So grab your spot. I don't know if anyone out in our industry that is providing 40 handouts, scripts, calendars, emails, task lists, templates, like design guides, everything you need, plus 7 value-packed bonus workshops, the value of which far exceeds the investment for the program. I do want to also, I forgot to mention, there's a, for the first 15 people that sign up, I am going to be doing a special bonus workshop, and it's all about how to create your own live show. Okay. Like whether you want to do like a Facebook Live, a YouTube Live, basically I'm going to teach you soup to nuts how to make that happen. Okay. How to create your own live stream show. All right. So we're going to spend a little time on Q&A. I know we're a little over today. Thanks for hanging with me. Okay. So I'm going to, let me take a peek here. All right, guys. All right. Oh my goodness. It looks like we've got some action takers. So Carly, congratulations. And Kim, Carly and Kim Bogan. Yay. It looks like you guys decided to step in. My true action takers. Bravo for you. Congrats. You're going to love it. All right, Megan, would you suggest offering a 3-month course as level C, and then offer the same thing with a weekly group coaching at level B. Let me see here. Would you do a 3-month course at level C? Is Megan able to, can you take yourself off of mute? Is Megan available?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, Megan, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Yeah, sometimes it's easier for me to just kind of talk through it. Okay, so the question is, would I suggest offering a 3-month course at level C? So like basically kind of that mid-level, right? Like 497-ish, somewhere in that ballpark. And then offer the same thing with a weekly group coaching at level B.
Yes, like increase the price, but also increase the my time involved. So some people just like to have like the course and the content, and some people want that accountability and the coaching, or
yeah,
you
okay,
know, just to have different price points.
yeah, I think you could do that actually. Now that I understand, I didn't completely understand. Yeah, so I would start with one. I would test it. Okay. You want to take, decide with one. I probably would start. I think I would probably start at that level C and get people enrolled, and then really base it on what you're observing, right? If you're observing that some people would truly benefit from a more personalized time, then absolutely. And what you can do is you can offer weekly group coaching at level B. So I would never do anything every single week ongoing, although is this going to be just 3 months, a level B? Then you're fine. Yeah, you could do weekly.
Yeah, I currently offer it, and I do like coaching every other, and then like a Q&A every other.
Yeah.
So they get like weekly touch with me, but it's someone is Q&A. And I was just thinking maybe offer it at a lower price point without me having to really see the extra people, see all those people.
I think that, because it's more leveraged, right? It doesn't require as much of your time, and it'll be a fit for some people that, not everyone wants to be part of an interactive group, right? They are more independent. They want to kind of matriculate through the content on their own, or maybe just not have so much group interaction, right? Yeah, I would, if you're already doing I think you said level B, right? I would try the other. I would try level C for sure. So yeah, my recommendation would be yes. It's always a test, right? But just based on what you're describing, it seems like it would be a really good fit.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, liability insurance. So this is Emily, and I mean, I would ask your your insurance carrier. Generally speaking, this is a licensure issue, right? In terms, it's not, at least most of the time, that's the question I get. Like, how do I cross state lines? What if I had people from other states, et cetera? And what I will say there is we are taking a deep dive with Lisa Fraley on that one, right? So she is the expert in terms of licensure. So she can answer those types of questions. Liability, yeah, Lisa Fraley is coming to talk about this for sure, and it'll be great. Liability insurance, I would ask your carrier, right? If group programs are covered in online courses. My guess is that they are. Honestly, I've been teaching this for years. I've never heard of anyone having an issue. I have chiropractors, MDs, like RDs, coaches, like all kinds of different practitioners. So I've never had anyone kind of be like, I can't do it because of liability. So, but I'm not an attorney. You have to look into that with your insurance carrier. How much weight does a website carry? How fancy should it be in terms of interactive functions? Okay. All right. Great question. So guys, listen, you need a website. But here's the thing. It doesn't have to be fancy. It does not. You could even have a home page, like a singular page with an opt-in. And to be perfectly transparent, when I first started this business, I operated with a single page website for over a year. And I was honestly so busy that I really didn't even have time. I was so busy serving clients that I didn't really have time until a year later to go back and have a new website created. So you don't need a lot of bells and whistles, I promise, but you do need good messaging. Okay. You got to have good, language on the website. Can you give more ideas for home study products? Oh my gosh. It could be so the key here is you want to identify, it's going to depend on your niche, right? Like it really depends on your area of focus, but you want to try to solve one problem. Okay. One problem that your audience is having. It could be let's just say hypothetically that your audience really struggles with, getting healthy meals on the table, right? For, let's say the mom has autoimmune, right? And just getting healthy meals on the table. Maybe your course is, your home study is, has to, a little education. Maybe it's like a 3-module mini course where one module is like a little education on, the autoimmune and the connection with inflammation and, all that kind of thing. And then maybe the next 2 modules are really focused on the management, right? Like making meals that the entire family will love. So you're not like a short order cook, right? While you're trying to follow the autoimmune protocol, something like that, right? You really want to focus on solving a singular problem that your audience has. So generally, I would say like a 90-minute type of course with a workbook could be good. A 3-module mini course with, a workbook for each module, like a short worksheet for each module. It doesn't have to be super extensive at that price point, but the topic is really what's important. And I would just say, be as specific as you possibly can. Okay. I hope that helps. What platform do you use to create sales pages and landing pages? So guys, that is another thing that we go into a lot of detail inside a Lucrative Course Blueprint. We're going to go through those tech options and really make a decision in terms of what is going to be a good fit for you. So I really want to urge you to, sign up and get those questions answered in great granular detail. But as a general rule for landing pages, I would just say in general, probably ConvertKit is I'm hearing great things about ConvertKit. So just like that would be the short answer. Okay, so let's see here. Do you recommend asking for testimonials to get more people into step 7? Actually, yes, I am it's social proof, right? Highly, highly recommend that you are asking for feedback. And I think it's a really smart idea. When is the last time you bought anything online without looking at reviews, right? Like never. So nowadays, I just think it's more important than ever to have that social proof. So definitely. There is a question, are there payment plans with Lucrative Course Blueprint? And the answer is yes. So just a quick review, the early bird price is till May 15th. And the investment is only $797. Guys, it is a great deal for a 9-module course that, oh my God, has so much support inside. And we also can offer you a payment plan, 3 monthly payments of only $297. Okay, so really, really a good deal. After that, the price does go up to $1297. So don't wait. Grab your seat now and let's get this going, right? So that you are locked and loaded and ready for a fall launch, right? Let's make it happen this year. If not now, when is the question, right? So I'm excited, but a little overwhelmed by all the levels in the pyramid. How long does it take to get everything in place? So just want to remind you to start with the bottom of the pyramid, which is all the free stuff, right? That attracts people. And then you want to move to the top of the pyramid, which is your one-on-one. Okay. So you start at the bottom and the top, free and one-on-one. And then we decide what level we're going to build out in the middle. And that's really what Lucrative Course Blueprint is all about, is building out whatever level you decide on. You can only do one step at a time. So that's why I'm saying, let's make a decision on where you think your best opportunity is in those middle sections. You know, and I do want to say, after I had my, when I had my practice, you know, after I had everything going in terms of my one-on-one sessions and my packages and things were kind of moving along really well, the next thing I did was a 6-week webinar at level D. Okay. So I did level D next, and you know, did that first initial offer at level D at, in my case, $247, right? And that, you know, that was a while ago. So I just want to say it depends. I would recommend that you do one step at a time and try not to get overwhelmed. Okay. Really try not to get overwhelmed. Focus on free one-on-one programs and packages, and pick a level in the middle. And I would probably just say, if you're not sure, I would probably do a level D, in all honesty. If you're not sure what direction to go, I think a level D is, you know, it's right smack in the middle. It's, you know, it's relatively low price. It's pretty easy to deliver. There's a lot of advantages to it. So, and then you can build out from there. Okay. All right. So Lisa, when invited to speak for a group, do you tell the person who invited you that you have a program that you want to sell? Oh, so good. All right. So let me answer this. And then we're gonna wrap up. So, all right, what I would recommend, if you're invited to speak to a group, someone else's group, just as an example, what I would do is, instead, I wouldn't sell your paid thing to somebody else's group necessarily. I would recommend that you get them in your world through inviting them into a free step. Okay. I know that's probably surprising. I mean, you could, like, you really could do the pay, you know, tell them that you've got a paid program. But again, remember, the whole thing is you want to kind of warm them up, get them, increase the know, like, and trust. And so I personally would recommend, if you get in front of somebody else's audience, I would invite them. Actually, I would invite them into to download a freebie. I think that's your best bet. They get on your email list, you can stay in touch, and then invite them into something paid. Or you can invite them, you could even invite them into a discovery call, right? You can even invite people into a discovery call. And on that discovery call, you can invite them into your paid program. Okay. I actually really like that option a lot. So if you don't have a freebie ready, then that's what I would recommend. Okay. Okay. Gosh, guys, I'm going to, guys, make sure you come tomorrow. We're going to save the questions that I didn't have an opportunity to answer, and I'll try to answer them tomorrow. And don't forget, Thursday, we have lots of time for Q&A. Okay, so we'll save any that, you know, we didn't have a chance to get to today. So don't forget, tomorrow, same time, same place. And try to do your homework. Okay. Really try to do your homework, fill out those different levels in the profit pyramid, and then think about what level you want to focus on. Because remember, in Lucrative Course Blueprint, we're going to build it. We're going to build it out. And then give it some thought in terms of, like look at that, the sales funnel example PDF, and just kind of think through that, and just, just kind of, look through it, and just begin to contemplate how you want to lead your people down the path to investing in your paid program. Do you want to do a webinar? Do you want to do a free ebook? Like, what is it going to be? Okay. So that's your homework. All right. So thank you so very much. Loved every minute, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow, guys. Okay. Good night for now.